Theo here. Today we're going to talk about surrender and how this little thing can help you navigating your life. So surrendering, or the act of surrender, is a very abstractical thing. It's more abstract than concrete. So I'm going to be as simple as I can be to talk about this theme and this subject. Surrendering is a pretty difficult thing to do first, because we are trained as humans to be really in control about our life, our environment, relationships, etc. So it's not very common to say, I surrender to the universe, I surrender to my spirit. It's very rare, and people are mostly afraid about it because sometimes this required big shifts, big transitions, and people are not ready or are afraid about changing their life or changing a behavior, etc. So yeah, surrendering is really deep. This is a very deep and profound action that is available to you, and it's also an exercise. It's an exercise because, like I said, we are not trained to be like this. We are trained to be very structured and not very open about the flow of the universe. Like, you are waking up in the morning and you feel like doing something, but you immediately think, oh, but there is other things that I need to do, and I rather do those things before to do the feeling or follow my gut, follow my feeling. Most of the people on earth are still in this way of being, because, like I said, it's natural. So why surrendering is difficult, besides the fact that it's not a habit, natural habit, it's also because there is ego in there. Ego is not very willing to let go or to change sometimes. Ego is like a protective mechanism. It tries to stay in comfort zone, and sometimes it can be very difficult if you listen too much to the ego. Surrendering can be quite difficult if you have some desires that are not fully aligned with who you are. It can be very painful if, for example, you have a dream that you want to pursue, and you realize that this dream that you thought was true is not what you truly need. Not what you truly want deeply, but you still got a hold and attachment to it. So surrendering comes when you are ready. You have the right, you have the power to activate surrender. This is something that is deeply encoded into your being, and you don't have to be always afraid to surrender, even if this is something that you seemingly love or seemingly doesn't want to let go. Always remind yourself that this is for the best. This is exactly the highest thing for you to receive and to let go at this moment. So I think that the biggest surrendering is to surrender to your spirit as a whole, to surrender to the universe as a whole. Because when you do that, many things will fall down in your life. Many things will feels like too much. It can be tough to surrender, but one thing that you can exercise is to observe children. When children behave, they are not very stick or attached to anything really. They're just vibing. They're just vibing their life and like in the present moment, like that's all. That's all they're doing, and that's great because they're freaking happy. So why can't you apply this childish surrendering to the present moment and also to the universe itself? You know, because this is there. You can truly now, right now, surrendering to your deepest truth without any limitations. You don't have to think that surrendering is to give up. Give up on your life, give up on your dreams, give up on everything. It's not this vibration that you need to focus on. Surrendering is more about let go everything that is not you, your own energetic signature. It's all about that. It's not about letting go everything, like losing yourself everywhere, like you don't have anything left. I just want to be clear about the common traps that comes with surrender. You don't have to say to yourself, "Oh, I'm going to do nothing now. I don't want to do anything. I just want to surrender to my spirit, and I don't want to act. I don't want to maintain anything." Let's suppose you want to do that. Fine. But remember, you are already yourself. You just need to find the other fragments that are you. So surrendering is not about quitting everything. It's about analyzing what is you and what is not you. Again, that's the same thing. The second trap of surrendering is to accept everything. Why I'm saying that? Because when you are truly opening yourself like a flower to everything, you're like, "Oh, this is beautiful. I'm completely surrendering to the universe right now." That is beautiful. But do you want everybody to come into the party? Or do you want to be mindful of how you're gonna protect yourself and how you're gonna live this big opening? A good metaphor for this is to come in everybody in your house. Would you do that? Would you welcome all the strangers of the universe into your home? Like, would you open your doors to everybody and just melt with them? You don't need to do that. You don't need to open yourself to everyone or to accept everything that goes into you. You know, it's not bad to refuse and to say no. For example, if you get a feeling that you don't want to go to a certain event with certain people, you have a gut feeling that says no, and it's not bad if you say no. It's not going against the surrendering to say no to something that you don't want to do. You know, simple. The third trap that I know is about being too much attached to the idea of surrendering. Like, you are constantly putting a pressure on yourself to remind you, "I am surrendering. I want to do it every second of my life. I want to surrender every second of my life, man." You don't need to. You don't need to surrender every second that you live. Because if you think that way, you're going to be very restrained in your free will, in your flowing in the day. You're not going to be very free. So it's better to not being too attached to the idea of surrender. You just know that you can do it and apply a more free, loose feeling to your day. But the great truth of surrendering, the great power of surrendering is to allow it and not even think about it. Yeah, don't run after surrendering. It comes naturally with a little bit of practice, and like water, it is a flow, so you just have to catch the flow and start to appreciate it. Appreciate it, the fact of not thinking about surrendering, thinking and loving the idea of surrendering. Because you can love an idea, but you can miss the point of this idea. This is a deep one here. So, I think it's the end of this video. I hope that those things that I've said are coherent. I will improve myself on the next videos because this one wasn't scripted. I went all the way with my intuition, and I think it's not the best way to do it. I will improve myself in the next videos. Yes. Anyway, I wish you a beautiful, beautiful, beautiful life with many, many blessings, and see you next time. Bye bye.